Let there be light, and there was light. Okay, that's our little ritual. This is where we are being transparent. And of course, I'm sharing with you because we're about to break the law of silence. Of course, we need light to see what has been hidden in plain sight. We are not only just seeing what's in plain sight, we are digging deep. Beautiful ignited souls, this is an exciting time where we are going to explore the five gods that will aid you on discovering your passion, discovering who you are. When it is said know thyself, this they offer you your mastership program, if you like. So all these videos, the recent videos I've done, we have seen how the number 11 have showed up in most of those numbers because of the number 2, where we are talking about your W. This all transpired when I was doing this video as W. We are W, of course. Now, as I mentioned before as well, watching the human series on Fred, if you haven't watched it, but anyway, just trust me, you know, there is an android or conscious android showing how androids is going to raise their consciousness, but more or less I feel is about telling us how we came about because we are the result of an experiment. I said this from my thousandth video ages ago. So this is what I have discovered, this is what has been passed to me, and so I got all emotional when I first learned about it because it was an experiment through 6 people, through 6, this is what I had anyway. So which I'm going to dig up somehow and perhaps, you know, make it more visible so you can see. So the humans that has showed us, of course, that the number 41, which was on Fred, where the man who wants to take over the god of the android, who actually done the work or created consciousness in the androids, and he said, no, Fred, you are special, you are not like the others, you know that. Anyway, cut a long story short is that Fred has the number 41, which of course is universe. Now, once I saw that, I knew that that was really showing or depicting a representation or symbol, whatever it is, of how we came about. That's what I haven't finished watching all the series, but that's how it is showing, developing to me. So there we get that. Having said that, it's time for a tea break. Of course, while we are doing that, we are breaking the law of silence and whatever else happens. But I subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and hit the notification bell so you would be, of course, one of the first to of course delve in this wonderful tea time. Go. Enough said on that. What I want to really show, and the W here, we are mirroring each other, is that we are of, these are the gods. So when we did this, we covered a lot of the essence, if you like, of this template, this anchor, which you are the construct of. When we speak of that, these are codes, people. These are all codes that are within us. And now the purpose of showing you this is that to expose you to the codes, so when you see them you will ignite the codes within you, and of course to tap into that consciousness, to tap into your creativity. These 5 gods are your keys to the kingdom. To find your passion, to ignite the well of creativity within you. And we have found out that these 5 gods here, actually, when we speak of Christ, for instance, that is the Kundalini arising, that is the creative force. Here, with a total of 123, 123, that is the value here, the value of the numerical vibration. But of course, condensing it in numerical terms, it's actually 624. Now, a lot of my teachings, or a lot of our teachings here, because we ignite, here, when we speak of let there be light, and there was light, this is what it's about. This 24 here, 2 plus 4 is 6, and of course that is Genesis is 33, 3 plus 3 is 6, people is also 33, and that's why Jesus spoke a lot on the word believe. So basically, the vibration, the numerical vibration, could come in any word that you really want to recognize it with. With Jesus, it was the anchor of belief. If you believe, and he had the Beatitudes and so on. But the B, which also is the B is that precursor of the number 13. So actually, as I have showed in many of the videos, the number 13 is actually like the letter B, and it represents, the letter B represents the 13 at the table when they come into agreement. It's like we all ate of that meal that was served at that time on the day, and we all have that same servings, whatever it is, that with equal, the word equal, which we have the symbol of 2 dashes for equal, they come here, they form the B, 1 up, 1 down, and that is the construct of, or symbol of, the belief that Jesus held on to, which also equals 45. In my early days, I was able to show a lot about the letter B, and that it has it has so much hidden in it. That's why it's the death number, because a lot of things happen in the death process. And I'm going to show you. So to show you the B, we saw with all the letters that we had, B was the 3 we have. So we have letters and numbers. When we do the numerical value on these, we know we can get the whole of number 9 in there, because 13, as in THIRTEEN, equals 9. And also if we did 1, as in ONE, which is 7, and 3, THREE, which is 2, this gives us 9. So basically, here we see that in Numbers 1 to 9, Jesus had encapsulated all of this. All of this is in death. That's why we have to die of the old self, die of old beliefs to recreate. And see that the special thing, the real special thing about number 13, when we do it like this, when we break it down, because this is what the gods show us to understand the essence of the optimum value or vibration of this, is that it is also 7 and it's also 2. So that is 9. We see that, we understand it. When we do the numerical value for the word 13, I need to show it to you so you get it. THIRTEEN, which is 5552998. So this is 20, this is 10, 30, 45. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, 4 plus 5 is 9. My brain and hand is going. Okay, so you get it. And that's the wisdom about number 13. This is why 13 is considered as God in the sense, and I know in astrology too that it is a number that is very clearly explained, but I'm going in the line of how I am being guided to do, and not bringing too many different streams of thought here. So here we have seen that to B13 is actually encapsulating the whole of numbers 1 to 9. So it's like all of it is like the seed to begin birth. So Jesus Christ here with the sacrifice, of course, exemplifies that. Now, in this here, where we speak of the words, the letters, for instance, and I say, okay, so, and that speaks of equal, the equal sign, which is here. And of course, I have extended this. It doesn't have to be extended anymore, but this is the equal sign. This is the beehive. This is really the buttocks. This is the breast. This is the lips. This is the eyes, the eyebrows. This is, let's just look at this. So we have the bee, which is this equal sign. It is the eyebrows, the two, the B. It is the nostrils, the two, also giving you a sort of shape. Okay, well, I'm looking on a side here, but it's also the lips. It's, let's get it. It's also the lips. Okay, and it's also the anywhere you have all these, you could see, and everything is actually double here because of that equal. The word equal is 2. 20, which is 2. And of course, this is what Jesus was going to build his rock on. He says to Peter, upon this rock I will build my church, or something to that effect. But it was really, rock is 20. Okay, so I hope you get what I'm saying here. But let's look at B a little bit more closer. So we have the equal sign because they ate and they broke bread. Every time you see that word be in the Bible, broke bread, burn, build, bend, whatever that happens here, we see that here. But it's also a word that has in it the 3, the 3, which is also like M, which is like W, which is like E, and like 3. And I call it the 8-petal flower. So it has the ability to be flexible in all of what it or what it does. Then you could have an F in here. You could also have an E in here. E. You could also have I in here. So basically you have I, you have F, you have E. These are letters in here. You have M. Let's just have M. You have W, because also in humans they have the W. But all of these are really prominent in showing, the characteristics of what the B contains. So I'll just give you a little bit of this because I'm sure we can really do much even more with this. Okay. Now, and the R2. Okay. So we want to show on in this video as well how you can actually familiarize yourself with the 5 gods. And I think I would say very much so that all the things that we know about our construct of having 5 senses, 5 fingers, 5 points on the face, circles, the mouth, the 2 nostrils, the eyes, all these 5s that we are getting. The home we live in equals 5, house equals 5. If we had a Kundalini awakening, it was 5. The uterus is 5. This is perhaps the most significant symbol or whatever it is that we can actually understand, that there is a 5 that happens, that that is the key and lock. The key and lock. People, nothing can go in if without it. There is the key to open or close or shut. Even the word shut equals 5 as well, or open equals 5. So all these 5s have been there. And of course in Christianity, the if it would be really helpful, I think, that they point out that five, or the significance of numerology, or the essence. So even with 14 on the clock right now, where we have the 14 gods, and 1 plus 4 is 5. This of course is the Christ spirit, which of course is like key and lock. And this is why we are told through the story of Jesus, you can't go to the Father with, you have to go through the Father through me, or something to that effect. Me is 9. Me is beginning. It's like saying you cannot go through without acknowledging me as 9, beginning. Whatever it is, in whatever way it was spoken. So it's like the words, we have extended the words, we have projected them out, external, away from who we are, when we need to come back to knowing that they have been activated within us, so we can understand who we are. Your strength, well, your weaknesses, they will help you, the gods, to say, for instance, when something has caused you to worry, just for example, has caused you to worry, or got some cause of concern, then you have automatically gone into search mode to say, okay, to find some resolution. They are the gods. They are working to help you explore who you are. It's all like with the story of Job, for instance. Job equals 9, by the way. And all that story about Job is about Job discovering who he is. Job was like, okay, I'm told to do this, do that, and I'll just do everything, because, and every time his children went out or something, he worried about them. He didn't have faith, basically. He worried whether they're going to swear, whether they're going to curse, whether they're going to drink too much, whether they're going to do all of this. And all his worry, of course, came true to, it just happened, because that was the seed, or the law of vibration he was reverberating out. He had not discovered who he was for himself, until in the last chapter of 42 and verse 5. And this is not by chance, it is on verse 5 to really show that Job said, aha, I heard and saw, but now I see for myself. The seeing was actually the awakening of the third eye. All that he was, and when it was said about the wife, all of those things, this is a humorous story as well. But we have not actually understood that the number 5, which represents Eve, which represents God, the same serpent, it's the two brain, having to balance and come into equilibrium. He had lacked that until he came to that place of understanding. Now I see. It is the same sight that Moses had on Mount Sinai, and seeing the burning bush, the word be, the burn again, so all those things I mentioned to say that with the 5 gods, which is the ended God, the cause God, the formed God, the breathed God, and the planted God, we need those 5 gods to be able to discover and ignite the codes within us. The codes actually are the letters that make up the gods. And of course, there are, right here, there are 32 letters. It almost makes me want to count how many letters Paul had written to this is just coming to me now. It would be interesting to know how many letters that Paul had written to the churches, or whatever it is, or disciples and so on, because this is the letters is actually Christ. This is why Paul was saying we need to die with Christ, because he found something that, not Christianity is still not teaching it the way it really is, like in the understanding that we have through numerology. They, delve into the drama of it. But when you get into knowing Saul, he was Saul, or Paul was Saul before. And of course, Saul, let's look at something. It's like the gods are saying, show. Saul, I think, was 13. But before let's just help me remember Paul and Saul. Okay. But I want to show you that with Christ is 32. The word Christ equals 32, mirroring the word 23 as in life, as in many other things here, which we will put up the 5 numerical value, which I handwrite. This is my handwriting thing. And then we have the values, the numerical values of the gods themselves in single form here comes to 38. 3 plus 8 is 11. That would be Jesus. So it's like our W, the Jesus here, the W, of course, 1 1, and I have showed how that comes to 5, and 5 is W, people. 5 has the numerical value of W has the numerical value of 5. I also discovered, people, this is just so delicious. Just hold this. We need to remember Paul. Let's say Paul, 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 Paul. Okay. We have W, which was on the Android, or with the that they had the W on, which has all the codes, in the same humans program I'm talking about. You could just watch. I think it just goes up, I don't know, on the first series you will get the first 3, but the W is on there, and that is also saying this is your 23 chromosomes, because here this W not only has the numerical value as W as 5, but it comes into the 23rd position here. Of course, the gods have instructed me to do this, shift these positions, but this is not shifted. This is the 23rd. The word life equals 23, and that is saying for life you have 23 pairs of chromosomes right here. This is what it's about. Don't we see in the humans program? That is what they have the codes, and whatever the young girl's name is, and when they try to fix those who are broken, whether it was Anita who is Maya, or Mia, or whatever it is happening here. In time we will be exploring that a little bit more, but I wanted to show you the W, which we add double DOUBLE, which is 5 3 2 3 6. It's like it's almost like saying do you, and the BLE, you have to do you. Okay, so this is 4, so this is 10, this is 15, this is 23 people. W is 23, your chromosomes. Now, if that is not enough to convince you, or to show you, not even convince, to show you that we are in this numerical construct, in the very language that we use, I don't know what else is. And if we also look at the word YOU, which equals 7, or YOU, which also equals 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. The 14 gods, you, because that's what, in fact, all this really came to me, and this is 5, came to me when someone was talking to me. And I think he must have thought I was mad, and he said something about, and I thought, say that again. And he repeated, yeah, and he continued. And I thought, you are also you. So we all you. Okay, anyway, I don't know if I can explain it, but you know when you have an aha moment? Okay, so this is what we are talking about. So you see the W here? This is a symbol that actually contains all of this, that symbol. Even if it's like this here, but it actually contains all of that. It's like it's just spread out to tell you, hey, and it's got its signature here. That's it. Okay, so I wanted to show that W here is on the 23rd position as we have showed. I love to be able to think I can do short videos, but people, who cares when we're having something so delicious? Back to Paul, who was Saul. Of course, we see that Saul equal 8, which is like I've said before, that 8 you have to break it, which has the symbol as two threes kissing each other, and that is, you could say, the kiss of death. And as we learn it, it's through his transformation, Saul was changed to Paul. So, okay, so here we have seen that the five gods here, all their letters. So basically, what we are saying, Christ is a letter, and delicious. Let's have a tea break. You are a letter. This is why we read each other. We are all letters of the universe. We are all coded. We are all letters. Now, when I say a letter, you are like someone sends you a letter, but how many hundred words are in that letter when you open the envelope? The envelope is something that, encloses, or if you like, the letter. But so Christ in this sense is a letter. You are a letter, and you need to open that letter. To open that letter, sometimes we need each other to, kind of see what's in here, and that's what is being activated here, people. That's what's being activated. I hope you get it. Please tell me you do. But if you don't, be honest and say, hey, I think I get this, but whatever, or I want to, but can you explain this again? I will do my very best. Okay, so here we have 32. So I'm pointing this out so you can see this is 32, meaning that's Christ. And 38, of course, Jesus comes exactly as 11, but 3 plus 8 is 11. And there was another way that I showed how Jesus had that exact 38, whether it's in Messiah or some other terminology or something. But this is also saying that this is the key to unlocking, to establishing, to becoming that which you are meant to do. We need to know this. So here we have seen 32, that's the number of letters. I'm saying that again, but also we want to look at and acknowledge these 22 letters here. That's the dynamite. And in the year 2022, it's not by chance we are seeing that here. So I feel I'm going to just count this. So this is 5, this is 4 and 5. I'll do the 5s first. 5, 10, 10, and of course, and 3 fours 12. So that's 22. Okay, I say 3 fours because 4, 4, 4. Okay, so that's 22 letters, people. 2 as in numerical form equals 8. Sorry, 2 equals 13. And the other 2 is 13, of course. 13 plus 13 is 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. And that is how we have Christ, if you like, and Christianity, they have the number 8 as the fish or whatever it is for Jesus because of this 22. And this is how Jesus got his masters. The word master equals 22. This is how it is, people, right here. We can see it in numbers and letters. You cannot deny it, right here. So, of course, it is showing in how many different format. As in 10, when he said, let there be light, and there was light. As in the numbers of letters here, as in Jesus, which you are as well, that this is the Jesus you are. We have showed this, and we are saying that you are 1 1. That's why this is where you learn to create. Okay. And this is the 32, of course, the 32, the mirror of the word life, as in 23 chromosomes, but there is much more to this as well. And we have seen 22 here. Of course, some would say you have 22 chromosomes, which is exactly 22, but there is one that is another something a little different to it. So we could also, just say, yeah, that's what it is. And there we have 1 2 3. Of course, this is how we started learning to count. 1 2 3, but that is 6, which is where we become people. It shows you are people, you're a person, you are you believe, you are Genesis, and all of this here. So that comes, of course, this is your first, or if you like, your master 1 2 3, like you've done 3 cycles, the 3 cycles as well. And here, of course, 2 comes to 24. 2 plus 4, that is here, this is in this column. Of course, we have this as 64, which mirrors 46 here, which is the sacrifice. We have done all this. We'll have to do another video so we can learn about how we use the ended God, the formed God, and it would be interesting to see how they all interrelate. As we can see already, what they all have in common here is ED, which equals 9. They all both in ED, 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 ED. And of course, we can see that these have the T, see what they have in common, because that means they work together. Okay. So I hope you have enjoyed this, people. I hope you have found this enlightening to some extent, or informative, or enriching. So please let me know how you found it. Just put one word, just at least just one word, and say this is what it was to me, whatever that word might be, and just put that down below in the description, in your comments below. And of course, I do urge, if you're new to numerology and you have a thrust for this numerology and spirituality, this is the channel where you can also watch the framework of how we derived from all this, which I'm going to put in the description box, as well as numerology and spirituality for beginners. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found this fun. Do like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay ignited.